Hey, you like road trips? I took the road trip of road trips today, buddy. I took me, my girlfriend Cricket, and my brother Bret. We was in my uncle's truck. I was driving the pickup. Cricket's next to me. Bret's against the window so he can spit out the window or stick his head out there and let the wind blow through his hair or whatever. We was going to a dessert festival. Now, years ago, this was called the Pie Festival, but then one year somebody made some homemade ice cream and brought it, and nobody complained, and next thing you know, it's just a full-on dessert festival. We get on the road, and Bret's saying, boy, I hope Mitch Jessup ain't there this year. I said, what's the matter with him? He goes, he's a judge, a couple years back, and he had a big old sore on his arm. It's the grossest thing I ever seen. I ain't eating nothing that he hands over. And Cricket says, a sore? Bret's like, yeah, it's like a wet sore. Oh, come on, Bret. We barely out of town. I'm already queasy. But it's too late, buddy. Cricket was already reeled in. She's like, tell me about that sore. Was it seeping? Bret's like, oh, no, it was weeping. Cricket said, a weeping wound? I don't think that's right, Bret. Bret said, I know what I saw, and I know what I heard. Wait a minute, Bret. You mean that whatever fluid was escaping this wound was making a noise as it left? Oh, not noises, Tavin. It was crying. Like boo-hoo? Then Cricket jumps in. Oh, a wound seeps, Bret. It don't weep. My granny had one on her back, and we had to drain it with a toothpick. I said, Cricket, I don't think anybody has to drain a wound with a toothpick. And then Bret says, help me. Wah. Let me out of here. I kind of looked over at Cricket. She kind of looked over at me. We kind of looked over at Bret together. And I said, is that what the wound said, Bret? Bret nodded and said, that's exactly what it said. And if you think I'm going to accept a peanut butter cookie or a slice of pie from Mitch Jessup, it ain't happening. I said, you still think he's got that wound, Bret? And Bret pointed to his head. I still got it. Up here. Cricket kind of sits back exhausted and said, well, he may have had a wound, but it was seeping, not weeping. So it got quiet again, and we finally made it to the parking lot of the dessert festival, and I'm pulling into this gravel parking lot, not having a bit of an appetite at this point. But once we parked it, and I stepped out, and I smelled all them desserts, all was well with the world again, and you wouldn't believe who was parking next to us. Old Mitch Jessup. So I had to ask him. I said, Mitch, you one of the judges this year? He goes, oh no, they replaced me. And then Bret said, boo-hoo. Mitch said, what'd you say? And Bret said, why don't you ask your wound? And I just waved. I said, enjoy the festival, Mitch. You have a good time. By that time, Cricket's grabbed my hand. We heading into the dessert festival. Bret thinks he's made some sort of a victory, like he's nodding his head like, yeah, you know what wound I'm talking about, Mitch. And he's making laps around my uncle's truck, just kind of nodding like, boy, he's really shown the world what he knows, and he's right again kind of thing, So looking at all the fun me and Cricket was about to have at the dessert festival, the only question I had was, do I want to give my brother Bret a ride home? But a couple funnel cakes, slice of apricot pie, and some homemade chocolate ice cream later, I was feeling well enough to forget the past and let bygones be bygones. So whatever you do, if you head into a dessert festival, leave that medical talk right there in the parking lot and enjoy your time there. I know I did. We'll see you later.